Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Gadi. Today I actually have more of a different video for you guys. This is more of a serious video. Traditionally I play Rainbow Six Siege or Black Ops 3, but today I decided to do Rocket League. But I actually wanted to do this video more for a serious reason. I actually have a very, very touching story that I want to share with you guys that occurred to me actually this past week while I was working, and I haven't been up to par lately, recording, school, and just my job, everything in general just been bombarding me left and right. But without further ado, let me get started with my story. So about a week ago, I was working at my job. I work at Long John Silver's here, and I actually cook, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it very much, and it's a warm environment which I'm in, and I love it. But the other day, I'm very involved with the community here in the town I live in. Like, everybody knows who I am just because of everything I do for this community. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, I do a lot, and I give back to the community I live in. But, I went above and beyond this time that, set an example actually for my employers, actually, my fellow coworkers the other day, that, lately for, like, this past month, there has been a, I wouldn't say old, but, her mid-40s, close to 50s, older woman who doesn't have necessarily the most of clothes. She always comes around the same time that I'm usually working. But from what I've been told from my managers and from my workers is that she has been there all day and night, usually just hanging around the restaurant where I work. So I have noticed that I've been working there for at least like over 2 months now, roughly around about 2 months. But it occurred to me that, that something happened that day. I was making some food in the back, and orders pop up left and right on the screen, so I take care of those orders. But I did a order for a gentleman who was dining in, and I gave out the food to the gentleman. But this lady, who is, not blessed with almost all things. We gave this gentleman his food. He paid for it, and he set it on his table. He goes to the bathroom for a quick change, to wash his hands and whatnot. This older lady comes up and eats the gentleman's food. What's heartbreaking is that she ate the food. The man comes out all enraged and mad, and curses out the lady. She calls her vulgar. He harasses her, calling her just vulgar meanings, not knowing that she was desperate for food. Like, obviously she had not had food for or at least a couple days, nor not nothing to drink. She actually had a cup of water that day before these series of events happened, but she didn't have any food for like for the past couple days. She repeatedly said to the man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I did this. But the man insisted, kept calling her vulgar names and everything. Like, it was just heartbreaking. That day, I had about $5 on my wallet. I just got paid the past week, and I had some money saved off, and I had luckily some change in my pocket. That day I was thinking about getting some food actually on my break, because I was quite hungry. But right after these events that happened, like, I was in shock. Like, how can this man be so vulgar over a woman who had not had anything to eat? Like, I've been in that situation before. I've been in the struggle. Like, I know how that feels myself. So on my break, I decided, and I told the manager, I was like, ma'am, I'm gonna buy this older woman some food. The manager looked at me. She's like, "Wow, that's something nice of you to do." I'm like, "Of course, you know, like always be there, even when times are tough. Always have a helping hand, have a caring heart." So as I get out of break, I walk up to this, to this older woman. I walk around to see how she would react. I just walked around, looked how her body language, how it expressed. But mainly, I looked at her and she clearly looked sad. Like she looked down, very down. I walk up to this woman with a cute smile on my face, or on my break, and I just look her in the eye and I ask her, "Ma'am, have you had anything to eat today?" With a face of awe, she said, "No, I haven't." So I reached in my pocket. No, not even reached in my pocket. I told her, "So, okay, ma'am, come with me." She hesitated. She's like, she looked at me. She's like almost hesitating. I was like, "No, it's okay. Come with me. Come on." I walked her along towards the menu, and I told her, "Ma'am, you see this whole menu? I want you to pick anything you want." She looked at me. She's like, "I just want a little bit of fries and a couple fish or something." I was like, "Okay, say no more." I ordered. I was like, "You see that big plate right there? It's one of the most expensive plates they had there." And I bought her that plate, which was about $10, right out of my pocket, and I gave it to her. At the end of the day, I gave this woman some food, and I made her feel special that day. As the food was given to me, I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, here's your food. Enjoy." And she looked at me with such a face like, "Oh my God, did you really just do this to me? Like, this is amazing." And she just reached out to me, just gave me a huge hug, and just said, thank you that people like you still exist in this world." And I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, nobody should ever go hungry. Nobody." And I genuinely mean it. Like, I understand how you're feeling right now, and I've been in the same situation as you. So I gave her the food. It took her like a couple minutes to process what was going on. Like, she was looking at the food I gave her, which I prepared myself, and I gave it to her. Like, she just stared at it for like at least a good 5 minutes, walked out of the restaurant, walked in, and then started eating, the good food. But what genuinely made me do this is because, in a world where, people are cold, are just heartless, like they don't have feelings anymore. I wanted to be a change. Like, I wanted to make sure, like, nobody, at least somebody has a better day where I can make an impact for somebody at least one day, some way, shape, or form. And that's what I did that day. Nobody should ever go thinking where can my meal, where my next meal can come from. Like, that should never ever come across any human being's head. Now, I'm gonna leave this video right here and keep you thinking about this. What will you do that will make an impact for this world? Think about that question, guys.